Hello, PTG. This is Anders of the Scott Weedish Kabootop, Simi Winnie Sears, various other names. And I am here with Devon, Brian, and Alex.
Hi, this is Devin. I'm in the Mid Valley Meowths. Meow meow meow. Hello. There you go. There's an intro for you.
Brian, you go. Introduce yourself.
Tell
Yeah, I'm
everybody about it.
Brian. I am from the Rochester Rhyhorns.
And Alex. Has Alex disappeared?
He got scared.
Okay.
Golden Ghost.
Oh, what? I was muted. How was I muted? Yeah, my name is Alex, known as Battle Jabs in the TikTok community and YouTube and Discord. But yeah, Flare Blitz Denver is the team name I usually go by, and I'm happy to be here.
We got us a niche micro internet celebrity in the chat this time.
Hell yeah.
Emphasis on the micro.
Right.
All right, let's get this shit going.
Normally, I would start off the draft ranking on a beautiful logo of PTG and the design logo and specific rules for this season, but this is the laziest season of PTG I've ever seen in my life. Sorry, not sorry.
I agree.
This is just Nat decks again. Bring back tiers. Sorry, not sorry.
Also, sorry, not sorry.
But we're not here to complain. We are here to do team ranking. So
Let me kill Vinny with a Lunatone again.
do you know we used to actually be able to use weak mons in PTG back in the day? You can draft like 8 OU and Uber mons in this draft. It's crazy. Anyway, rant over. Let's not totally derail this podcast style review. Right, let's start with, well, I suppose we could do with the divisions.
Very important thing to mention, though, as far as the rules go, every Pokemon under 140 points or less can Terra.
Yeah.
Open-ish Terra.
Which is a difference, right? Because if you look at the tier lists, like that includes more mons than we've ever had before. We have some absolutely insane mons that can Terra.
There are some mines in the 180 tier that should not belong there.
That's always happens. Don't stress it.
I want to hear your, apart from the obvious Caterpie meme, I want to hear your opinion which mons shouldn't be in the 180 tier. Just a quick rundown. This will be a quick discussion before we start reviewing. Who would
Yeah,
you
I
get rid
mean,
of?
I kind of feel. I mean,
Like
it's all
Ogre
based on like who. Yeah, like the Ogre Pawns.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those are up for suggestion.
If they can't Terra, it's not as overwhelming.
I disagree entirely.
I also don't think normal Ursaluna should be in 180. Controversial opinion.
Clef should not be at 180. Clefable should not be at 180.
Can I tell you why
Clefable's like
Clefable's 180?
So
Because Devin
you
is
guys
really
don't
annoyed with
understand. Y'all don't understand. BTG has a deep-seated fear of Clefable.
That was basically what I was getting to. That's PTG
Yeah.
history right there.
Yeah, PTG's terrified of Clefable. Ain't nobody
That's so
expecting ain't nobody expecting the flamethrower on that guy.
One thing that PTG does is it punishes stall. Rightly so, right? Stall is kind of
Yeah.
frowned upon. Anytime a person plays with stall, they're kind of allowed to, but you'll notice the next season their mons tend to be bumped up one tier.
Yeah. I used Corviknight. It was 140 one season, and the next season it's 180. Corby
Yeah.
should not be 180. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
It should be like 140 max.
I can't
Well, they
believe
used it for Skull, so
Skamori.
you know.
Skamori is sharing 160 with like Hooper Unbound and Curum and Mega Diancie.
Yeah,
Right, I'm back.
Espathra's really high too. It should be around 120. I don't think it'd be 160, but maybe somebody back in the day lost to like a setup Espathra and they're like, let's just throw it in 160.
Oh, I feel like we had like the first season of Scarlet and Violet, there was an Espathra that went fucking bananas.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk very briefly about the divisions. So we have two divisions: Team Galactic and Team Rocket. In Team Galactic is Brian, Liam, Michael, Eddie, Bronson, Devon, David, James, Jared, and myself.
I see Bam's avoiding me again.
In Team Rocket, we have Bam Bam, Avdo, Simon, Alex, Reginald, Matthew, Vinny, Kyle, Corey, and Steven. So, obviously, Team Galactic being the MVP team here.
Yeah, Team Galactic has the returning champ too. I mean, David's a big threat. Every single game he won, there wasn't a game he lost. So,
Yeah.
he's the guy to look out for over there, I guess.
Yeah. Right, let's talk about the team.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Can you like zoom in on the team so we don't see all of the teams?
Yes, I can.
I appreciate that.
So needy,
This
Dad.
is really awkward. Hold on. Okay, I don't know why it does that. I am not an expert on any of this. I guess we'll have to zoom out a little bit more, right? We'll zoom out enough that we can see the whole team, but not much else, right?
Ah,
I know. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Do you remember when Rowena used to make a whole doc for the filming?
yeah, back when we cared.
So, to be fair, all anyone does on these videos anyway is skip to their team, see what their team is ranked, and then don't watch the rest.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's fair.
I'll have you know, I participate in recording the whole thing.
You do.
And occasionally when I'm not there, I will watch the thing, just so I can get an idea of what I should be aware of.
It
Because
is
I'm
good.
dumb.
It is good to hear what people see. But let's focus on Liam. Right. Starting with Aloma Mola as his very first pick, then Terapagos, Mega Medicham, Corviknight, Chi-Yu, Primeape, Nidoqueen, Electros, Rhydon, and Meganium. At least for me, some standouts, of course, Chi-Yu. Primeape getting that Rage Fist under Terra is always scary. Electros, I don't know, it's okay. And of course,
Yeah.
Terapagos.
Bro, I think this team kind of sucks.
Nah,
No,
oh,
I
that's
wouldn't say
crazy. This
sucks.
team is really
Nah.
solid. I
Nah,
think the
right?
team is solid. A well-played Medicham is really difficult to beat. You're looking at in PTG. You're looking at a lot of setup, and so Medicham can come in and fake out into Bullet Punch on a lot of things that are scale shotting or a lot of things that are Dragon Danced up or shift geared up, and you really want that in PTG because everybody wants to just sweep win. Because it's such an HO meta here.
You've got us figured
What the
out
hell is
already.
this?
Holy hell!
What's an HO meta?
Hyper offensive.
Sorry, like hyper
Oh,
offensive.
yeah. The only way to play.
Evan, you're just proving him right.
Oh, my bad.
But I
Man,
think
no, see,
Terapagos and Alamola are just so threatening because you can get multiple different Terra Shells off. And Terapagos can really snowball out of control really quickly. Corvi is really, a lot of people judge it for being so passive, but I think it works well because of Chi-Yu. And just one slow U-turn into a Chi-Yu that's either Scarf or Specs, and the opponent loses a Mon.
Slow pivots
Yeah.
with mons such as Mega Medicham and Chi-Yu, which don't take hits that well, is absolutely necessary if you're going to run those mons, and you don't just want them to be revenge killers. And Corviknight is such a good mon for that.
Right. And it's a
And
slow
Aloma
action.
Mola
This
flip
is like
turn,
one
don't
player.
forget. We are basically having two mons here that are extremely tanky that can slow turn into extremely powerful Pokemon.
okay, my opinion's different now. It's a mid team.
Don't sleep on
I think
Nidoqueen too.
it's-
Nidoqueen is hitting
struggles
almost
with-
everything super effective. That's sheer force.
Like, man, I don't know. I'm not afraid of anything on there, so it's not that bad, not that great.
Are you seriously telling me you're not afraid of Chi-Yu?
That's
No.
crazy.
Chi-Yu's easy. You just fucking Mach Punch that thing and it dies.
Yeah, well, kind of. Right, so, Alex, you said
I'd say,
your
like,
part. Brian, do you have any
honest-
points
honest.
to say on top of this?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been in and out. Are we talking about Liam's team right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with the Alamaloa, it definitely adds a lot of pivotal units, especially with the Terra Shell Terapagos, and then you have the Pure Power Mega Metacham, which is a great asset. I feel like it's very slept on with this team.
Yeah.
Especially because I mean it has what, like 140 base speed.
But which one?
Metacham? No, it's base
Metacham is base
100.
100.
Just base 100. Okay. I mean, still, I mean, base
Is it
100
slow
Mega
ass?
Metacham.
It's not slow.
I mean-
it's not slow by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not going toe to toe with like a Dragon Ball, right?
No, but I mean, I mean, you set up a
Easier is
Trailblaze,
more.
get a quick kill on him on.
He definitely
Or-
hits
It's gonna
crazy
go off.
hard.
The highest speed tier is what, 100?
Yeah, this is a slow team. You're definitely
It's a
choice
slow
scouting
team.
to you.
Look at every other team, and it will have something that outspeeds
Mhm.
Liam's biggest threats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So I deem that a slow ass team. If you don't have a mon above 110, you have a pretty slow team.
Yeah.
Hence me saying that this
That's
team
not
is
saying
mid.
it's bad. That's why it doesn't get an A for me. In the Metacham slot, I would have loved to see a Mega Gallade, and then to me it would have been an A team.
Honestly, yeah, I think that's a good shout. I think Mega Gallade works better here than what Mega Metacham, despite me liking Mega Metacham more.
Yeah, Mega Metacham really helps out with like revenge killing mons because of the fake out and the bullet punch. It's actually a very popular set.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my only criticism of it there. And then I mean you have ultimate hazard control with Terapagos and Corby, so
Yeah.
can't complain there.
So,
But that's why I get to B+ in my mind.
yeah. So what rank are we gonna give Liam?
B minus.
B minus, yeah.
B minus, B minus.
Yeah, I mean after hearing a B-, I would say B. I'd say B or B+. So averaging it out, probably a B, and then whatever you want, Anders, whatever your things.
Averaging it out. It's like, bro, two people said B minus, one said B. That's not an average.
I will say B
Yeah,
minus
but
too.
Anders still has a
This team does. I think this is a team that can do really well with the right pilot, but it's not going to be something easy to pilot.
It's not easy to. Yeah, that's true.
It's just too slow, man. That's my entire gripe.
Then we have Michael 30-minute timer. We have Tapu Lele, Blaziken, Gyarados, Cloyster, Gerda, Piloswine, Rotom, Mega Charizard, Aegislash, and Honchkrow.
I like this team because he brought big dudes. He just went through, picked the biggest dudes he could find, and brought them. And I like that.
I don't
I
like
like
that
the
none of his
Aegislash.
tanky mons have any recovery. The only thing
Yeah.
that has recovery is Charizard, and I think Honchkrow gets roost, but it has paper thin defenses.
Yeah, Honchkrow's barely a Pokemon.
That's
Good Mafia
crazy.
boss.
Dog.
I mean, that
decent.
Moxie sucker
not-
punch is crazy good. I just wish he had some recovery. That is my my outstanding criticism instantly.
Okay, so I take back what I said previously because we are now looking at a 60-point Pokemon to determine whether or not it's a good fit.
I mean, I have
Yeah, when
absolutely
you're
no
ground
issues with
type-
either the 180s, right? Blaziken and Tapu Lele are great. Blaziken fixes a speed issue by having speed boost. Gyarados is a crazy mon on singles with that Intimidate or Moxie, Dragon Dance, and for whatever reason, one of the best physical coverages in the game. Cloyster Shell Smash is really fun, and if they don't have a special mon, it's going to be really hard to hit through that base defense. Gerda and Piloswine surprisingly
Who's
tanky.
piloting the
Eevee,
team? Who's the coach?
Michael.
Michael, yeah.
Yeah,
Michael.
30 minutes.
Michael
I
30-minute
mean,
timer.
Gyarados as a Terra captain, I think that's the big deal with this team, right? It's Gyarados wanting to Terra ground or Terra electric and get a Dragon Dance off. But that being said, you paired alongside Blaziken, who likes to Swords Dance, it likes to speed boost. And then Mirror Herb is really, really easy into this team because you're also looking at the Cloyster that wants to Shell Smash, the Mega Charizard that wants to Dragon Dance. I mean, even Aegislash and Honchkrow boost. So to me, it's just it's too slow. It's way too slow.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like a C team.
Extremely boost heavy team. Blaziken's wanting to Swords Dance, Gyarados is wanting to Dragon Dance, Cloyster's wanting to Shell Smash, Mega Charizard's wanting to Dragon Dance. It's a lot of boosting.
Mm-hmm. So that's for me. I'm not a big fan. He could definitely prove us wrong if he pilots it insanely. He could run bands somewhere or scarves somewhere or focus sashes. But yeah, Pilo Swine being your ground type, I'm really not a fan of. I think your ground type should be something that hits hard, so you can punish Terra Poison and the Terra Steels. But that's just me.
You can't see it, but my skin is literally boiling. My blood is literally boiling when you down talk Palo Swine. That is the best pig in the league. Way better than
my suggestion to improve this team just instantly would be to cheapen Piloswine, like get like a 20 more. I don't know what Mamoswine is. Trade Cloister for Mamoswine, and if Mamoswine is more expensive, swap Piloswine for like a 20 one or something, right? Because Mamoswine would work well here.
Idea, actually. I like that idea. I don't know if it's available, but you want your ground type to be able to threaten Terra Poisons and Terra Steels from sweeping you. Yeah. Terra Poison and Terra Steel is so popular because you don't want to get toxic. You don't want to lose to that. So that's why I'm a big fan of Lando T or Lando I.
Yeah.
Because you can slap a scarf on it and you can punish that. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Right. So, any more opinions before we rank it?
I think we just all took turns dunking on this team.
Yeah. I mean, with the Lele, with her ability, though, I'm looking at his team, and it seems like he has a lot of priority, but I don't know if he's going to be able to utilize it, depending on the turns he's actually going to need him.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah. And another crazy thing, like, we're not seeing anything that combines with Lele, no, like, unburdened ones or anything like that, which seems like a bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what, out of Honchkrow? I mean, Gyarados doesn't get defog, right?
No.
Gyarados doesn't get defog, but I think Cloyster gets rapid spin. I think
Girder
gets
Girder does get defog.
Yeah, Girder gets
Rotom would as well.
So he does have some hazard removal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hazards aren't that big of a deal for him. He's got tons of that. Like, I don't know, man. I'm feeling a C.
I think a C.
Yeah, I agree.
Well.
And it's very physically offensive.
Yeah.
Not really a lot on the special side.
Yeah, I mean, all his special ones are really slow.
Yeah.
Tapu Lele.
I mean, to fix this team, I would trade out Blaziken for like a Sneasler, just so you can get some more pivot in, because Gyarados can't pivot, Cloyster cannot pivot, Charizard cannot pivot, Aegislash cannot pivot. So
Sneasler's sadly taken. But you're definitely right. He doesn't need two 180 fire. Like you're flare blitzing with Mega Charizard most of the time, right?
Right.
And like, don't get me wrong, you are most often close combating with Blaziken, but you could really do with a different. Sadly, Sneasler is taken, so it would need to be something else. But there's definitely other mons that fit that role.
Right.
But yeah,
Terrakion. That's what he should get, is a fucking Terrakion.
I'm also.
I mean, even there's Ogerpon Cornerstone and Wellspring that are available.
Ooh, that's a pick, Ogerpon.
I also think with Mega Charizard here, what would be beneficial is a fast special mon. Maybe something like Latias or Latios. Or I suppose you got Tapu Lele. So it's just something that will fit a fast special killer. I think would be good. Something not fire type.
Yeah.
Right, so I think C tier. We will move on. This is Kyle. Right, let's have a look at Kyle's team. Okay, sorry. So we have Ogerpon, H, Tapu Fini, Peturant. I can never remember how to say his thing. Holucha, Ditto, Darkrai, Earthworm, Luminis, Sandslash, and Roselia. I'm just going to ignore these three for now because this is a good selection of mons. I do think on the physical power, he can maybe do a little bit more. Holucha's strong, but it's needing that sword stance once again. Ogerpon hits like a truck, though, right?
Holucha can also get away with just a single fucking bulk up.
Yeah. But it's not hitting as hard as, say, like the...
No, it needs SD.
Nah, man. Holucha's fine with a bulk up. I mean, I guess no, he doesn't have the fucking unburdened bullshit going. Never mind.
But, well, he does have unburdened because he's got Tapu Fini here.
My mom.
Yeah. Which is exactly what I was thinking the last team needed. So this is a more example of what I would think kind of like it sounds terrible to say, but a better version of this team is. We have more balance here, more type coverages, more synergies between abilities. I don't know if controversial opinion. I don't know if Earthworm was really necessary here. I like Earthworm if you have a really ground weak team, but this team is. I mean, only Petron is really weak to ground here, so that's not really an issue, right? At least in my opinion.
Yeah, well, it's better than Alex's team.
Oh, was that Bam?
Hey, Bam.
Oh, hi. It's Bam. Hello.
I just thought I'd drop in just to let you know that it fucking feels good to have the draft the best team in the whole competition.
Bro, not a
I
single
suppose you had so much
person
more
listed your-
time to draft a good team when you're not making a good doc, right?
Damn.
Yeah. Bam, just to let you know, when we were going over, like, hey, quickly, everybody say what team you think is best. Not a single person said yours.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, he's all fucking scrubs, man. Especially that Alex. What is Alex here?
It's so
Is
funny because
Alex
Alex heard me and Devin and was like, "Is Bam here?"
I just wanted to say that fucking Alex team's fucking absolutely rubbish. If he gets better than a B, he's all kiss asses, man.
I'm probably gonna rate him higher than you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and also David's a scrub, and he's lucky that he's not in my division. That's all I need to say.
Your Bam. I'm just telling you now. Your division is the weaker division. Just saying.
Man, we are.
Just
I
saying.
got at least yeah, I'm just saying. At least Alex is in my div because now they got an easy win now, so that's all good.
Right, Bam, shut up. We're reviewing a team.
I need to go back. I need to go back to work. I just thought I'd jump on, just talk some absolute waffle and leave.
It's been an absolute pleasure. No,
Have a good one.
Get out of here.
See you, Bam.
Yeah, get good, Alex.
Right, anyway, Ditto. Ditto's fun. Ditto's a fun one. Especially, as I said earlier, with the amount of swords dances, dragon dances, etc. going on in this draft, right? Yeah, I like Kyle's team. I want to hear some other opinions. Oh.
I like Halucha and Tapu.
Yeah.
I like Pokemon. I have no idea what Darkrai does, so I don't feel like I'm qualified to say anything there.
Yeah, Darkrai's insane in here. You're looking at like Z Psychium with the Hypnosis tech, so
Yeah.
it gets a speed boost and it puts you to sleep, and then it's just free to run Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, and then one coverage move.
Yeah.
So it basically automatically gets the best speed tier after a +1, pretty much, and then it puts you to sleep. Granted, it's still 60% accurate, but a Hypnosis is a Hypnosis, and it can just win you the game outright.
And by the way, guys, Kyle, if you're watching this, blunder policy Hypnosis, you win either way.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, this is a really cool team. It could do with me. No, actually, I'm not even. That's not even true. I was gonna say it could do a little bit more bulk, but Pitcheron and Earthworm are really, and Tapu Fini.
I would agree that on the special side, you do need a little bit more bulk.
Yeah.
Tapu Fini doesn't get recovery. Like, you're looking at leftovers as your recovery with, like, Protect. That's not enough. So, like, a really strong hitting special attacker into this team looks really solid. Like a Scarf Chi-Yu.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, you know, there is the Fini, but after the Fini gets chipped, it's not switching into a Specs Chi-Yu.
You're looking at Illusomy Wish U-turn, which is really not ideal, right?
Yeah. And I think Illumise has like a sub 60 HP stat, so it's passing on like 140 HP points. Whereas like Alamola can pass on like 250 HP points.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's way different. It's just, yeah.
I'm still really
I
like
mean-
this team. It's my favorite team so far, and we gave a
It's
B
scary.
minus to the
It is
first team.
I mean, any of the LMEs that can set up the tailwinds and the wish passes.
Yeah. And I used there was one draft I drafted Illuminese, and I think I brought it to like over half my games because its prankster moves were just that useful.
So why are we calling it Illuminese?
Because I said Illuminese and I don't actually know how to say it.
Okay, Illuministe. Let's just go with that.
Is that not how you pronounce it?
Sure, you can pronounce it however you want.
How does
dude,
Ash?
the Illumise Defog and then Darkrai Hypnosis.
Yeah, I mean this is a good team.
The Z captain, Darkrai is terrifying.
Yo! Stop saying the cat. Oh no, we don't got captains, man. It's just everybody. It's free for alls.
He's talking about Z moves.
He's
not talking about what do you call it? Not Dynamaxing. God, there's too many mechanics now.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the Z moves.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
do we have to pick only one person for Z moves?
No, but he.
Well, like if you're gonna run it that game as a Z user, you can call it a Z captain.
Yeah.
It's not like something you should be correcting, but whatever.
I feel sorry for poor
Okay,
Kyle.
what I
We have
want.
been stuck on Kyle for ages. Let's. I'm giving a B+. I like his team.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I like B+.
Cool. My only suggestion would be get a Mon with recovery, better recovery. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Petron gets recovered, but more recovery. Right, Devin, your team. You don't get to talk unless we're directly asking you something. Mega
Bam
Latios.
said he couldn't improve my team.
Mega Latios, Iron Treads, Ninetales, Alola, Arcanine, Shaman Sky, Seismitoad, Arctozolt, Cursola, Dodrio, and Toxicroak. I know too much about Devin's team to give a fair thing, so I'm going to leave this to you two.
You want to go first, bro? You can go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has a lot of physical and special pivots. I mean, I kind of like the bulk with Seismitoad, and especially because he gets he gets Water Absorb, and then he doesn't get another immunity, does he? Other than, of course, like the electric immunity from the ground.
Yeah.
2 immunities on Seismitoad with
Yeah,
water and electric.
it seems like. Yeah, and he hides a lot of his because he has a lot of like special and physical bulk, but especially with that Alola and Ninetales, when he's successful with the snow with their Roar Veil, it's definitely just going to help his team be able to set up with Mechaladios or Shaman and just run house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, off the rip, I would say like an A+. My biggest problem with it is a fake grounded poison. Toxicroak is not a good grounded poison, in my opinion. I see Arcanine being really good, but forced heavy duty boots every week. I do see Toxic Spikes being a problem for this team, even though you have one of the best rapid spinners in the game. Iron Treads doesn't have the best way to punish ghost types besides knockoff. And then from there, you're looking at having to bring D.
You've cut out. I can't hear you anymore if you're still talking. There we go.
Sorry, I was getting a call.
Nice.
You're then forced to like get bring defog on Latios or something like that to help out if Treads can't get hazards off, because Ninetales also prefers holding like a light clay or the hailstorm or the snowstorm that makes it last 8 turns instead of 5.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. It's not a flawless team. It's definitely HO, very offensive. So in my eyes, that's why I really like it. And this is the best team I've seen thus far.
Yeah.
So I would say
he has
like
a lot of high speed tiers.
His speed tier is amazing. Shaman, that's probably the biggest reason you draft it, because it forces so much prep. It forces Jolly and Timid everything. It forces so many scarves, and that's where Latios really comes in, because Mega Latios has so many immunities and resistance, or a really good immunity in ground and a massive resist pool, being resistant to fighting, and also Dragon being resistant to fire, water, grass. I mean, electric. So I don't know. I really like this team. I don't have a big problem. You are hella weak to Ghost. So Dragapult has kind of a field day here. But other than that, I mean, I think it's solid.
Dodrio.
I mean, his
weak.
Ghost, Ice, and Rock are the only thing he's actually weak to. But I mean, his team averages out at a 90 base speed tier, so
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say the big one is Shaman. It's so cool. What is it, like 127 or something?
And that's not
Yeah, it's
even taking into
127, and
consideration
then
Arctazol under
Crystal and
snow.
Arctazor are the only one that kill it. But I mean, it works out though because his is gonna double his speed when Slush Rush hits with the Alone Ninetales with the snow warning.
No, yeah, it's very impressive. This is a well drafted team.
I like
I
the Arcanine being able to Terror as well, because Arcanine can be used in so many different ways. It is such a toolbox mon. Now, obviously, you're going to want to Terror it early, so you're not hitting that Stealth Rocks all the time. Although, once again, you know, even if you have a Ghost type, most Ghost types are really not that bulky and not wanting to take an EQ from Iron Treads anyway, so it's always going to be risky. You know, trying to predict Rapid Spin or an EQ or an Iron Head, you know. I like this team. I'm going to say what I say for every team because I like having mons that can recover themselves, and the only major mons that can recover themselves are Mega Latios and Arcanine.
Yeah, those are two recovery dudes.
Yes.
Do you need more?
What about Shaman? Shaman gets synthesis, right?
Oh yeah,
I think
you're
so.
right.
Yeah.
Never mind. I take that back. This is I like this. I'm definitely biased here. It's my favorite team so far. It's definitely in the A's somewhere.
I'm gonna say SS plus.
You should not be promoting the SS. That is terrible, Devin.
Yeah, that's why I threw the third S in there at the end.
Yeah, I have to say it's probably an A plus.
I will go. What are you thinking, Alex? Alex is gone again. We will say A plus, I guess. Not biased at all. Right, Vinny. Vinny, people already know I really like Vinny's team, so let's run down Vinny's team. We got Annihilate, Glamora, Crocodile, Arbavola, Mega Pinsir, Slurpuff, Curum, Magnezone, Wishy Washy, Magmar. I like this team.
I think it goes exactly what you said about you have a lot of healing, and then on top of that, you have a lot of you have the Intimidate user, the Crocodile that can also be used as a Moxie. You have the Seed Sour with the Arboliva, you can switch in on it, and then it sets up the Glamora you have Mortal Spin to knock away hazards, and then you also have Toxic Debris and Spikes or whatever.
Yeah. People also forgetting that Slurpuff gets Sticky Web for some reason. So you can run.
Yeah, I mean it's a good fairy type.
Yeah. Of course, Belly Dance as well. Annihilate is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Belly Dance. That's a new move.
That's my favorite move.
Curum is crazy. We all know Curum is crazy. Nothing really wants to switch in on Curum. You have no idea if it's going to be specs, if it's going to be bulky, if it's going to be substitute. Even Dragon Dance is viable. It's just kind of an annoying mon to face.
Yeah, especially with the sticky webs.
Yeah,
he slows down the other team to be able to do what he needs to do on his side. I think that it definitely allows him to be able to actually play against his opponent instead of having to worry about like Scarf from the Crocodile or needing some extra bulk in other places to kind of subsidize a lot of his setup.
Yeah. And having Defog and Curum and Mortal Spin and Glamora means that it's going to be awkward to get your rocks up or whatever you want to set up on this team. Mega Pinsir, of course, being hyper allergic to rocks, but if it comes out, it starts going crazy.
I guess that's the question is hey, Glamora is the only hazard control on this team. It's pretty frail.
It's also a Terramon in this draft, though. It's only frail because it's Poison Rock.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think on the physical side, it's still pretty frail, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, whenever you could block it with any steel type is the most popular typing, I would argue. Everybody who knows you need to get a steel. So you go that. But Glamora has good ways of punishing that with Earth Power, too. And with a really solid special attack stat at 130?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really strong.
Quite nice, yeah.
So it's kind of a sleeper special attacker where it can really punish a wrong read.
Yeah.
So a well-played Annihilate that's the scariest mon. A well-played Annihilate is terrifying.
Especially if
Slurpot
webs
can
are up.
snowball out of control too. Holy crap! With Terra also, Belly Drum, Citrus Berry, Unburden.
Yeah.
Now you're +6. You can Drain Punch. You can play rough. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I like this team. Don't sleep on Magmar either, by the way. Just saying.
Ooh, I do not
There's
like
Smog.
this. It's so slow.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, it's
The
hard.
best
Wish you
speed
all
tier
could.
is Kyurem. No.
They're sleeping on Magmar, not
Spencer.
expecting that intense follow me action.
So is the fastest Mon Mega Pinsir?
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
What is that? Base 100?
No,
It's
It's 90,
110,
right?
isn't it?
I think it's
There's a
110.
110.
I don't know, actually. That's one of the few I don't know off the top of my head.
I'm on my phone. I can't look that up.
I can look it up.
Kyurem has base 95.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyurem. Yeah.
Talk about Pinsir,
Yeah.
which is 105. Pinsir's Mega
105.
Pinsir's 105.
All I know
Not
is
very
that if you
fast.
face something faster than you, click quick attack, right?
Yeah, that's true. I just prep wise, it just means that you can afford more bulk on a lot of your offensive mons. But I mean, well played. This team played really well. Could do phenomenal. Arboliva is a very niche pick. Joey popped off in SPL, like the biggest draft league in in the world, pretty much. He popped off using Arboliva with Terra. So
Yeah.
he got first
Terra
place.
was
So.
known.
I really like this team.
Well-known, good Terra mon.
I honestly
I
think
think
this
it's
might be another
definitely-
A team. It's got threats from all
Mhm.
sides, very specially threatening. It's got plenty of bulk, plenty of really strong offense. You're really not wanting a war of attrition against this team because of Annihilate, Glamora. Pinsir is just sweeping if you allow the attrition to go on. Slurpuff can really go off and catch you off guard. Kyurem is going to get you down. Magnezone can do its magnet pull stuff. This is just an annoying team to face.
Yeah, it's definitely annoying. I say B.
B plus.
That is
I'd say
Probably.
B plus to A. Yeah, probably B plus.
Devin,
I am full with A minus.
we will average out at A minus then. Okay. We are done there. So we go on to Bronson. We have Mega Scizor, Tyranitar, Rotom Wash,
I just want to
Cerulege.
shit on Bam. Sorry.
If we all get to BAM, don't you worry. Mega Scizor, Tyranitar, Rotom Wash, Cerulege, Galvantula, Serena, Ranunculus, Gliscor, Golbat, Glalie, and that's it. Instantly,
Actually, I just
the
need a lot
first
of
thing that
criminal
stands
lore
out to
picks.
me, where is the special attack here? Relying on
Wash.
Rotom Wash and
Rotom,
Galvantula as your special
Rotom,
attackers.
Reuniclus, Galvantula.
Yeah, apart from Galvantula, all of them are slow.
Yeah, I mean, it's no Latios. It's no Hydreigon. It's no Heatran, right?
That's basically my
But it's
Oh,
kind of like
right.
a Trick Room team with the sticky
We're
webs,
talking
and
like
then you have the Trick Room.
Hundreds in terms of base. Base special. 130.
He has a lot of defoggers and removal of hazards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I like that.
I like
yeah.
that how well
And
Mega
good
Scizor
momentum
is
too
for
between
Anatar.
Volt Switch and U-turn. Honestly, that'll be really nice
Mhm.
to be able to get up his own hazards, move around, remove hazards from the field as he needs to.
Yeah. Oh, in terms of hazards, this team is crazy with Gliscor and Galvantula, and then he's got his own Serena and stuff, and the Rotom Wash, and even Mega Scizor if you're going crazy, and Gliscor. Like hazards isn't a problem for this team.
I think the fucking Mega Scizor, Tyranitar, Gliscor, like those three really work well together, and I think it's gonna cause some problems for plenty of people. Just saying. I think
Yeah.
like T-Tar and Mega Scizor cover each other really fucking well.
Until the person uses
That's a tough trio
until the
to check.
person uses Surf.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, you got me there. No, you got
The
Serena.
thing is, none of them can Terra, so that makes it a little bit easier at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rotom can Terra for some reason.
This is a terrifying presence. Like, it can Terra, Reuniclus can just set up and win Trick Room. If you kill it, then now you're just enabling Tyranitar to come in or Scizor.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty slow too.
I would have liked to see Volcanion on this team.
Well, tough. I'm not giving him away.
That's a pretty good opinion, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
it's
I can
just-
see that over Rotom Wash.
Yeah, like 100%. Volcanion. It's Volcanion, Mega Scissor, T-Tar Core. That shit's fucking insane.
I'm not
Wait,
giving
who's
up my
saying that?
Volcanion.
Yeah, you can afford that, especially because of Gliscor. You can have that to switch into like big ground moves.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Cool.
So-
I agree though. It's missing special attack presence. I get it, like the Rotom Wash. I get it, the Galvantula. But if you want webs up on Galvantula, you are using up a turn that you're not using offensively. So it's
Mhm.
gonna take big chip, and it's not bulky enough to take hits, and it doesn't get recovery. So there, arguably, you could say it goes down, and then what? Your special attacker is Rotom Wash and Reuniclus.
yeah.
Hey man, Reuniclus got
It's
that
not
Calm
ideal.
Mind and Magic Guard.
No, it is terrifying,
Sure, but
especially with Terra. But I just
you're getting
You
a
just
hit
run a
on it
bunch
before
of
it's
step
set up,
boys
though.
here.
So I mean,
hmm
What are we thinking ranking wise?
Like B- again.
I'd say a B
Yeah.
minus.
B-
I
B minus,
yeah.
B plus, yeah.
This is one of
if
those
it weren't for the
crazy
lack of
teams.
value in the bottom of their picks, I would almost go higher. But yeah,
Yeah. This is one of those crazy teams where I think like one or two minor changes could like bump it up by like a tier or two, honestly.
Mhm.
yeah, for sure.
I
Agreed.
think
Good
if he
point.
had a fairy in the Rotom Wash slot, I think I'd definitely round out his team a little bit more.
Yeah.
A special attacking Florgus, man. Didn't you drop it, Stefan?
I did. I'm so dumb. I don't even like my team as much as I did before. But
I love
shit.
Florgus. I was gonna pick it up, but it was like way too late. It was like midnight for me.
Florges is
So,
so
like,
good.
yeah.
This whole conversation, I've been like, this motherfucker sounds like Steve. Who the fuck is
You
that?
didn't notice?
I'm here. I didn't even. Yeah, I just did it stealthily.
Steven just turned
Yeah.
up. He has such a distinctive accent though.
Yeah, I was really confused because like, damn, this guy sounds exactly like him. What the hell?
What if I told you it was?
Yeah. I'm thinking. Do you know?
I B minus.
I'm thinking B minus, which
Yeah, I'm
could
cool with that.
genuinely go into the A tiers with like one or two changes.
You know how much I love hazards and removal, so this makes me want to go higher, but I can see why.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
this
in
is
terms of hazards, this team is crazy.
Yeah.
But the way I can't think of a specific mon off the top of my head because my brain is not working. But I feel there's a few specific mons in this game that could go against this team and kind of just handle anything he throws out.
I mean, Terra Poison Crocolore into. Oh, are we talking about the Palmot team or the Mega Scizor?
We're
Yeah,
talking
oh.
Bronzor.
I can tell you exactly the Pokemon that handles this team.
Go on.
Fucking Volcan.
Yeah.
Like, what's he afraid of? Scrotum Wash?
Yeah. And Galvantula, but
yeah. They ain't nothing. They ain't breaking that guy. Throw an Assault Vest on it. You good.
right. We'll move on. I think we'll go with B minus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We have Avdo here. So we have Pawmot, Heatran, Torterra, Necrozma, Overquill, Latios, Feraligatr, Bravery, Dunsparce, and Lycanroc Dusk. This
This
is the
team's
most
kinda scary
balanced team
looking.
in terms of
Hit
points
this man
we've
with a
seen so
fighting
far.
attack immediately.
What's that, sorry?
Fighting attack. Just go to town with him with fighting attacks.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
Necrozma
you know,
kind of
yes.
comes in on that easy, though, and Latios, actually.
A lot of fighters have like U-turn and knockoff and things like that. So
Yeah.
And Braviary. Braviary's not a bad switch in
It's
either.
neutral. Braviary
it's
is
neutral.
Uh,
But that doesn't mean it's a horrible team. I'm just something I noticed.
It's a very Avdo team. That's the way I can put
Yep.
it.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
He does have really good hazard distribution. Like almost every mon on this team gets hazards.
Yeah, it's one of those teams where like if we look at Avdo's team, it's in terms of balance, it's one of the most balanced teams. It's one of the few teams I've seen so far where I'm like, he could bring any of these to any match, apart from Bravery. I don't see him bringing Bravery. Prove me wrong, Avdo. But in that same regard, I don't see any mon here where I'm like, this is going to be an absolute monster. Like, even if we look at the three teams to our right here, we see Fluttermane, Lando Eye, Dracovish, and Chinpao, right? All three of those mons, I'm like, okay, this is scary, right? I don't have anything like that for Avdo's team in quite the same way.
And he had opportunity to grab those.
This team relies a lot on setup, I think, you know? So Shell Smash Torterra, Necrozma setup, Calm Minding, Dragon Dance for Alligator, things like that.
It's gonna take a long time to set up.
Calm Mind.
But this is in no stretch a weak team. Like, I am uncomfortable. Like, this is a team where he could bring almost anything in this team and it will work and do stuff, right?
And that's the biggest problem. You have to figure out what he's going to bring, because if you don't get it right, I feel like it's going to be a tough time to try to come back and figure out how to maneuver around his strategy.
The fact that all but 2 of his mons can Terra as well is another fact, right? That's kind of scary.
Agreed. Like, I could see, you know, Necrozma tearing and suddenly walling, you know, whatever you got left against it.
He also has a glaring fighting weakness other than Overquill and Latios.
Yeah.
I swear I said that.
You did say
You
that.
did.
You did say that? Okay.
Yeah. But it's true, you're right.
I mean, Latias and Necrozma are taking fighting as well, right?
For sure.
And Necrozma can get really scary really quickly.
Yeah, D-Dans, you have Stealth Rocks as a fort.
I wish
Photon
he had
Geyser.
some faster physical mon other than Lycanroc Dusk and Pormot, because both of them are paper thin.
I mean, Sheer Force Life Orb for Alligator with D-Dans.
He's really good, but this isn't a Chin Power we're talking about. That's basically what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, it's not out the gate.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any threat like that off the rip, you're right. I mean, Latios is the closest thing, really.
And even that's no Mega Latios, right?
No, it still drops a good Draco, but...
I definitely think, for me, as someone who really likes top-heavy mons, I struggle with this team because Avdo plays so differently to me, right?
That's what makes Oddvo difficult to play against, though. I do feel like there is a lot of value to the fact that he could bring such a variety of different, you know, allocations of mons.
I think Avdo plays the most draft out of any of us in that he really is one of those people who will bring a mon you totally don't expect, right?
Exactly. Like, it's, yeah.
And it works for him, whereas with someone like me and Devin or whatever, we tend to just bring the same mons, maybe tweak the moveset a little bit and rely on how good our mons are, right?
I'm not doing that this season.
I don't believe you.
I'm not doing it. I'm trying to change everything. This is a new Devin.
See.
God, I'm really struggling to rate this team.
I'm gonna say
B.
B.
Yeah, B sounds good.
We're thinking B. Right. Well.
Yeah, B.
That's what I thought.
We have.
Wait till Alex misses Bam's team. That's gonna be funny.
Yeah, we're nearly.
All right, Bam gets an F off the bat.
Bam. We're on Bam. 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 Flattermane, Excadrill, High Dragon, Hippowdon, Muck Alola, Rotom, Meowstic, Superior, Delphox, Blastoise. Right, I'm thinking F. Right, let's move on. Okay.
100% worst team I've ever seen.
All right, on to Simon.
F.
Yeah, in reality, this is. I think this is a strong team.
Quite a threatening team.
Yeah.
Just don't tell Bam we said that.
No. Bam, you're not allowed to watch this video. You're banned.
You're bammed.
This is a strong team. There's no mons I'm looking at here, and I'm like, this doesn't fit. This is quite a strong team.
You want to get us with the fucking Sand Rush?
Yeah, dude, I love the Excadrill pickup.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's been consistently good since Gen 5 for a reason. Yeah, I mean, I'll
Did
give
you
you
know-
he has a
Scarf
wet
at that
fairy
point.
weakness, right? And then you just see Excadrill, and you're like, oh, it's such a good
Airboon
answer.
Excadrill off the rip.
The crazy thing is,
Like,
Excadrill, people don't see Excadrill as fast, right? Unless it's in sand. Excadrill, I think it's based like 80 or 90 or something like that. I'm pretty sure that outspeeds most fairies even without sand. Which most steel types don't. Then Rapid Spin, Defog on the Rotom. This is a scary team. I'm not looking forward to fighting it. High Dragon being able to Terra as well is gross. Excadrill, if for some reason you want to Terra, you can Terra. Superior being able to Terra, Blastoise being able to Terra. This is a gross team, honestly.
Excadrill gets a lot of dark moves. I saw. I was playing on. I was playing Showdown, and I saw it had like Throat Chop and a few other things, so it can definitely stop healers too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very BAM team. I see all the parts he likes here, and when he likes his team, it's gonna be rough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm scared. I'm thankful he avoided me this season because, I always beat his ass, but...
I think, honestly, he's probably a B plus A to mine in my draft.
Okay.
Speculation.
2 sand teams side by side.
Yeah. Crazy. The Excadrill and the Fluttermane combo is so good, though. I can't see as anything less than an A-, honestly.
I'll give it an A-.
We in agreement? We think an A-?
Like, man, I'm just satisfied that his team's lower than mine, so let's just go with A-.
And just for not giving me admin to actually rank teams, Bam, I'm giving you a D. Fucking let me edit the doc, idiot. Right, Simon. We have the second sand team: Lando, I, Dracovish, Sizzle, Gigalith, Armarouge, Indeedee, Aromates, Mega Absol, SQ, and Sinistra. Kind of a water weakness here. In a sand team, you're not running Water Absorb Dracovish. I suppose you can come in on Water Monster that 4 times resist, but still not ideal. What are you going to do? Punish them with a Fishious Rend?
Thunderfang.
Yeah, I mean, generally you're right. I would say Sinistra obviously is maybe their check, but
yeah,
that's one Pokemon.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to finish out a lot of his games with Armarouge or Sinistra. I don't really see it finishing out with Dracovish or Lando.
That's probably more of a mid-game breaker.
Yeah. I like this team. I think this team could do with 1 or 2 changes, and I can't tell you off the top of my head what I would do to just really meld it together.
I think it needs a more viable, just kind of generalist special attacker. That's not Armarouge. That's probably like a little faster than Armarouge.
You got Lando.
I guess they have Lando.
You
Lando.
Lando crazy.
For some reason, I didn't consider that. But...
Yeah, Lando, man. You thought I'd throw a life orb on that thing and ruin everybody's lives.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Still,
yeah,
I don't know. This just doesn't gel with me as much as the last team, which is crazy because the mons on here are crazy. But it's like the team itself doesn't gel as well for me personally.
That's the other thing is like having Psychic Terrain with Bullet Punch Scissor and Mega Absol who likes to kind of spam Sucker Punch.
Yeah,
maybe not the best synergy there.
And there's nothing on here that really makes use of the Psychic Terrain apart from you stop people Sucker Punching Dracovish, I guess.
Armarouge does.
Yeah,
Armarouge expanding force.
Right, okay.
It does, but...
That's a very niche reason to stop your Scissor bullet punching.
Yes, it is. Y'all make me regret saying this team was good.
It's not bad.
I don't think it's as good as the other sand team.
Well, yeah, the other sand team, everything but Flutter can Terra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Terra's superior too. Oh man, what a pain. And Blastoise even.
And as good as I think Lando I is, I think Fluttermane is just a better special attacker.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. I mean, I don't think that's controversial, right?
Yeah. And as good as Dracovish is, I kind of feel Excadrill fills the role it has better than Dracovish. Dracovish is just an absolutely brutal hard hitter with that Fishious Rend.
And he still has 20 points left to go over.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
So he does have opportunity.
Probably upgrade that Ice Q into something actually relevant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or even get a better Mega.
Also Indeedee.
Mega Absol.
Let's get rid of Indeedee altogether. Indeedee has no place in this team.
I kind of like Mega Absol after that, using it the one time, just because it's kind of, well, you're not bringing it every week, but it's kind of a sleeper,
Okay, I'm going to say a very controversial opinion, right? Get rid of the Amarouche and get rid of the Mega Absol and get like a really powerful special attacker, maybe a fire type, like a really standout-ish one.
Standout
I think there's
fire
options
special
available.
attack.
Terra Sinistra is
Well,
insane.
I'll give you an example, right? He doesn't have a ghost type on this team. Blacevion is still available. Blacevion does everything Armorouge does, but better.
Okay, yeah, I'm sold. Do it.
I agree.
Send it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
Send it to
even
him.
think
Tell him,
something like
tell him-
Mega Steelix with its Sand Force would work better on this team than Mega Absol. Mega Absol is fine. It's just not doing much on this team.
Or,
Damn, Anders, you just like improved this guy's team a lot. Send him a DM. Let him know, like, hey, get good, scrub.
If you don't watch the video, you don't get the advice.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So what
I'd
were you
give this
thinking?
probably like a B-.
B minus, yeah.
B-. I'm trying to be a
Yeah.
little generous, I guess. I don't know.
I'm
B- I
thinking
wouldn't-
C plus.
I don't think this team
Yeah,
is
I-
bad
B
enough to be
minus
C
might actually
plus
just
with
to
the
an A.
sheer power of things like Sizzle, Dracovic, and Lando. I just wish it worked better. So I'm also thinking B minus.
Okay.
B- it is.
Okay. I'm gonna let you guys take over because I
Yeah.
need to pee. Right, you go ahead.
I like this team. I feel like it's got pretty good balance going on there. Feel like it's got a lot of cool ass Pokemon. Right? You say
I hate
no,
this
it's not
team.
balanced.
They make a Sceptiles from
And
me.
he has a lot of built-in immunities too.
Yeah. Like, this team's kind of beastie. I don't like Cresslea's a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And
Doesn't
I
have
think
really a physical wall is the one thing I'll say.
I mean, low key
Yeah.
though. I mean, Chandelure can be bulky at times.
yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking love seeing Diggersby. Diggersby's cool as shit.
Yeah, especially
And
because it can
actually, Starmie's got pretty good physical bulk.
It's got like
Doesn't-
60 HP though. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, plenty of bulky Pokemon have shit HP.
It's true, but I just really,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it depends on this team that has to play its offenses right.
It is an overall very offensive team.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. And he has good priority in Chienpao and Urshifu.
Yeah.
Yep. And Diggersby even. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, to return Diggersby Terra Normal.
Ooh.
Yeah. Terranormal's Diggersby was. Oh, yeah. That's a little scary.
And
The
most
silk
of this,
scarf on that thing?
and most of this team can
Yeah, just
Terra.
huge power. Yeah.
or a regular choice scarf.
Terra Cresselia sounds kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
Off the bat, I like this team.
And if it's late game, Cresselia can learn Lunar Dance, so I make it drop out, heal the Pokemon, and restore all its PP.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he's late game and then have like Chienpao or Urshifu that might be able to just take the game if it's
I
so
do
early
think
on,
this
they
team
can
has
just
a
sweep
tough
through.
time with hazards. If looking at it, yeah, obviously Starmie is a rapid spinner, but outside of that, there's
I think
no.
Molga gets defog. I think Pheasant it doesn't.
I don't think Amolga gets. Does Amolga get defog?
Don't know. But
Oh,
you're
I'm
not
pretty sure
wanting
it
it to
does.
go defogger, are you? Let's be real. Yeah, you're right.
Present
This
Dippity
team
is
really
amazing, but yeah,
suffers.
does not get default.
It does get defog.
It does.
It does get defog. Amolga.
If you're
Yeah,
using
Molga
a
does,
Molga
but
for
not
your
like-
defog, you
His
need
removers are like the toughest mons for him to bring.
Yeah.
I think those are going to be the toughest mons for him to find roster spots for on a week-to-week basis.
Especially sharing the typing of Starmie and Cresselia. Obviously, you're probably
Right.
carrying Cresselia, but you need a turn to do that.
Well, guess he's bringing a Molja each week.
Yeah.
Ugh. Nah, you just run Boots Chienpao probably at that point, and Boots Chandelure.
Imagine how strong this team would be with something like Skarmory, right?
Ooh,
It really
yeah.
needs a physical wall. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yes.
Get rid of Tinkerton. You don't need some of these mons here that are extremely expensive. I suggest getting rid of Tinkerton, cheapening out Diggersby, taking the hit, and getting Skarmory. There you go. That's your free advice.
Skamori.
Yeah. Tinkerton is so mid.
Sorry, not sorry.
Avdo loves it.
Yeah, well, after.
I mean,
Some
what
people
if you
swear by
switched
it. I
out the
tried it and I did
Titan
not
for
enjoy it.
something?
Oh wow, you get
Yeah,
a
what about
really
switch out the
powerful
Titan
steel
for
stab
getting
move.
the
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Whimsicott?
Yeah, Whimsicott would be good.
Gonna say B+.
B plus.
Yeah, B plus.
Ooh.
Probably more of just like a center B.
I was
even
actually,
lower, but
I was being a little bit harsher. I suppose I really like Chandler. I will happily go with B. I think we go to B.
you really like Chandelure. Wow. Huh.
I like Chandler being able to terror. I should add. You can do lots of fun stuff with things.
And it
like
gets
Flashlight.
Infiltrator, so it can pass through subs and protects.
Yeah. With that crazy special attack, Mewtwo levels special attack as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Fire and Ghost are such good stab moves. It's literally it
And gets Flash Fire.
yeah. You can do a lot with it. But
Yeah.
Get a really good physical defense wall that isn't Tinkerton, right?
Get you that Mori.
We'll move on to Matthew, Gouging Fire, Tordinus T, Klefki, Mega, Venusaur, Torkoal, Togekiss, Type Null, Reverum, Leopard, Toadstool. It was going so good at the beginning.
I was just gonna say the same thing. It was all going so well until we got to Type Null.
Hey. Eviolite
I like the
Type Null.
Reverum.
Is totally mid. Don't try and sell me otherwise.
Nah, Eviolite Type Null. It's great. You shut up.
It's totally mid.
There
It
are
is
literally
very
better
bulky.
normal types. You literally have a better normal type.
You be
I mean, those first 6 are so problematic, anyways. Plus,
Yeah.
I mean, Reverum has a place for sure. Don't get me wrong.
I just don't
Oh
see.
yeah, Terra Reverum's my big name.
I see these four being extremely niche, or these four being extremely niche games where you're like, okay, this works really well here. Otherwise, you're always bringing these, right?
I agree. Yeah,
I'm
it's definitely
kinda
a case where you're going to be bringing at least 5 of those first 6, like every single week. So
I like the Torkoal Venusaur combo. Like, yes, you're having to hold the Mega Stone. It's really nice to be able to do crazy like growth, chlorophyll craziness, and then maybe they bring in a Pokemon. You want to outstall them. You have Weather Ball. You have some growth boosts behind you. You go into the Mega. You start doing some craziness. I like that.
You got the fastest sleep powder in the game too.
Yes.
And
well, it's nice because, like you
Klefki
said,
also
as the
Saturday.
sun fades away, you can go to Mega and get the bulkiness you want.
Mm-hmm.
You also have Prankster, T-Wave combined with Togekiss just being a menace as well. Gouging Fire is
Screen
extremely bulky and hits really hard, even harder in the sun.
Yeah, that's a good team. I like it.
I think
mean,
the hardest part for this team is going to be positioning because he doesn't really have any momentum other
Pivotal.
than Torn, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Say if they bring like Zapdos out, right? What are you bringing in versus Zapdos again? Apart from maybe Gouging Fire, right? Which isn't an ideal switch in either.
Right.
You could do with,
I suppose maybe
a ground type.
a better ground type than Toadstool anyway.
Oh yeah. I forgot that Toadstool was there.
Or anybody would because it's Toadstool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used it early in Gen 9 draft and also had difficulties with that.
Torn T
It-
is really good. But yeah, no, we could do with a tiny bit of a reshuffling, especially on the bottom end. I really like the top end, but it needs that glue to bring it together.
I agree. This is probably like, just because it's so predictable, I almost feel like it's like a C+ to me.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
I will also go with that.
Sounds good.
Okay. We'll move on. We have David. Tapu Koko, Zarud, Iron Hand, Iron Crone, Wheezing Galar, Mudsdale, Mega Galele, Araquanid, Iron Jugglers, and Colossal. Going hard in on the irons thanks to the Tapu.
Future.
At least with the Tapus, they are the different types of Tapus that fill completely different roles with each other. Webs are good. How are we doing in terms of defog? Wheezing's a great defog.
We've got Wheezing. We've got
Iron
a Spinner and
Jugulus.
Colossal. We got Jugulus. Yeah.
Jugulus.
Wheezing's a good defogger though.
Yeah.
Jugulus.
Yeah.
We got
Galar
Cole.
Weezing.
Rapid Spin Colossal. Let's go.
Yeah, Terra Colossal is always good.
Yeah.
What typing's Iron
Terra
Hands
Muzdale's
again?
gonna be Havoc.
Is he Psychic
Iron
Steel?
Hand.
Electric fighting.
Yeah. He's Palmot typing.
He's what, fighting electric?
Electric.
Yep.
Yeah.
Iron Crown?
I think we all know that Terra's Rude's like one of the
Iron
most
Crown is
terrifying.
Sidekick and Steel.
Psychic Steel, sorry. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Terra's Root is amazing. As a Scarfer or as a bulk up sweeper.
100%. It is literally only low tier because of its typing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ground would go Burr against this team.
Yeah, I suppose you could switch
Yeah,
to
that's a good
Zarud, but
I mean, yeah, and this team really opens up Araquanid, funnily enough. I think between Wheezing, Galar, and Araquanid, they cover the physical and the special side, because Araquanid is
Heavy.
not to be joked with.
Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Water Bubble, Body Press, Iron Defense builds its defense.
and you're one of the few water types that actually resists ground moves and can punish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love this team. I think this is an A+. I think it comes HO every week. I don't think you can afford a balance or a stall mode.
No, yeah.
You have to punch. And so
This team does
Yeah.
punch, and it also has good momentum grabbing moves. You know, I mean, you can turn and Volt around.
Explosion
Yeah.
Mega Galele. There's your fucking pivot.
Is he even bringing Mega Glalie? I don't see a game where you bring Mega Glalie here. Apart
Probably
from
not.
I think he brings the same six out almost every week, except for maybe either the spinners or defoggers
He
switching out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this team. I'm happy with an A.
I'd give it a
my
B
suggestion.
plus.
I was gonna say A myself.
I was gonna say A+. I just think the Terras are too overwhelming. You can't just sweep this team.
No.
Iron Hands on the FizzDef side, he Terra Dragons, and all of a sudden, or he Terra Flyings, and all of a sudden, you got a big problem on your hands because he SDs, and he can just drain punch all his health back.
Mm-hmm.
If this was a
Iron
draft
Crown.
which had the Terrors at a lower tier, I would not like this team as much. But Zarud, Iron Hands, especially, and Iron Jugulus being able to Terra are scary.
Yeah, it can get out of hand.
Terra Mudsdale on the defensive side too, if you really need to check a physical threat in a given week. You know.
100%.
Yeah,
Mudsdale's
you're
great.
I think it has all the tools to win a championship. Like, I think it's solid. Like, I'd give it an A+.
Mudsdale's one of
It's
the
just
worst
kinda-
mons to rapid spin on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it free setup. Yeah.
A.
That's good because this team doesn't have a spin blocker otherwise.
Yeah. We'll go A, I think. We'll round down to A.
Yeah.
We have Eddie, right? We have Iron Valiant, Great Tusk, Slowking, Galar, Low Kick, Stack Attacker, Porygon 2, Marowak, Alola, Mega, Bomber Snow, Mantine, Dubwall. Apart from
I think it's the same issue.
Mega Bomber Snow is super weird. Everything else I like.
I think he's
Seems
kind of in the
slow.
same boat as Matthew, where like the top six are like really, really good, and it kind of drops off.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a bear tick on this team. Like something that takes better advantage of the snow
Yeah.
setup. Or fucking Obama Snow or Slow King.
Yeah. You need a slush.
Go ahead and
rush
pick
one.
up Mega Banette since I dropped it.
Yeah.
Forget Mega Bomb of Snow. Grab a Snow Sweeper.
Yeah, dude, Banette is slept on.
It
Stacker
really is. I
Cat
shouldn't
Packer
drop it.
is one of the best defensive Terramons. It's crazy. Beast Boost on it is crazy as well. But you're right that the only fast mon here, well, it is an extremely scary fast mon, but the only fast mon is Iron Valiant.
That's the only mon over what base 86 or 7, whatever Great Tusk is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Of course, you're getting that first impression on low kicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Right.
most
Yeah,
powerful
low kicks
first
can tear.
impression.
Yeah. And Slowking G is why? Okay, Why has he got so much snow support for no mons that have any sort of snow abilities?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really do anything.
Like, just picking up Beartick would pick up this team.
Well, there's the Titan as well. Is the Titan available? Why don't you have the Titan?
Titan's available, I think. Yeah.
This
Very
team,
weird team.
this team feels like two teams put together, and I can't quite get it.
Feels like they just went all into slow trick room in singles draft league, which is when you know it's coming, it's like it's a lot easier.
So Beartick is 60 points. He could fucking flip out like that.
Mega Obama Snow.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Manta and throw in.
Yeah, you could throw out the Mantine and pull in fucking Beartick. Boom.
I think they also be getting rid of his Defogger though.
Yeah, he's got Rapid Spin Great Tusks.
What's a real shame, this
true.
might be my least favorite team so far, despite having some amazing pieces.
That's all he's got is pieces. He doesn't have things to put together.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel cohesive, yeah.
This is one of those
B-.
teams that could
give
almost
it a
be
B.
S tier with Great Tuscan Iron Valiant and Slowking G, with some serious changes.
Yeah. Only he'd gotten Kyurem. Kyurem would go great slap on this team.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
There's so much that would work on this team, and none of them are Porygon 2,
Bax-
Mantine, and Double.
Bax might be available.
It's still available.
Yeah.
This might
Anyhow,
be my
I'd give it
first
C-.
yeah, C-, I'm thinking.
D+.
Yeah, I'd give it a C-.
We'll go C-. That's a real shame. It's a great team pieces, but yeah, no, team wise it's not fantastic. Right, Reginald. We have
My week 1 opponent.
oh good luck. We have Primarina, Roaring Moon, Deoxys Speed, Mega Lopunny, Kofragrigus, Shaman, Gligar, Fortress, Salazzle, Bellibolt. This is kind of a scary team.
And yes.
I love this is what I like to see from their people's final picks, you know? Pieces that really have a role on the team. I don't know. I think obviously Fortress has so much utility to it.
Yeah.
Salazzle can be so deceptive in what it can do. Obviously, I think Ev knows this. He used it relatively recently.
Yeah.
Somewhat effect.
People kept thinking I was going to bring it defensively.
Well, Salazzle?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the subset is probably more what people are predicting, and then you whip out a nasty plot, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, corrosion toxic into like a Registeel or something like that.
Yeah,
Like Pokemons.
Like everybody just thought I was doing support, and I was like, no, I only play offense.
The only negative I'll say, and you guys probably won't have, I don't know if you've noticed it, I don't think, this is my personal opinion, I don't think the Terra options on this team are that great.
That's true. You're right. Primarina is basically the de facto Terra captain.
And it's only okay because his typing is already fantastic. So what, you're maybe Terra ground versus an electric move you're predicting?
It depends, yeah. Ground. I've seen it go poison before, seen it just go water.
But you compare even to the last team, right? Now we sat on the last team with good reason, but Stack Attacker alone absolutely craps on any Terra option this team has.
Kofragrigus just shuts down Stack Attacker entirely. So I mean, I don't know.
Kofragrigus shuts down Stack Attacker without needing to Terra. What my point isn't is how good the Mon is how good the Terra is.
Right.
I think Salazzle's a pretty good Terra. Same with Fortress.
They're fine, but Fortress is wanting to keep its type unless you're wanting to catch that one fire move. And Salazzle, unless you want to go hyper offense on that flamethrower or even overheat, it's not really caring if it terrors or not. You're outspeeding every ground type. You're not even staying in on any ground types.
You could stay in on a ground type though.
Yeah, I suppose if you Terra watered.
You could also Terra Shaman as like a a defensive.
Defense, yeah.
Like defensively with Rocky Helmet and stuff like that.
Shaman's really good as well. Especially with that Seed Flare.
Seed Flare's so good.
And we're not even talking about the three obvious mons. We've managed to avoid the big three, right? Mega Lopunny, Deoxys Speed, and Roaring Moon.
Yeah.
Well, like, what do we need to say there?
What do we have to say?
Yeah.
These are 3 crazy mons that have a good team to back them up.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do we have to say that hasn't already been said? They're
Right.
fucking beastie. We all know they're bad. Bad isn't good, not bad isn't bad.
I'm trying to figure out how to deal with Megalopunny right now, and it's not going well.
Yeah. You can fighting type. He only really has Gligar and Koff Grigus to take their fighting type.
My team has no fighting types. Yay!
Okay, we'll review that when we get to you, Stephen. I really like this team. It's really strong. It's a little bit allergic to, but even you have the Primarina. Oh my god, yeah, this team is crazy. I'm honestly thinking A minus. I would give it more.
Yeah, I was gonna say A.
Yeah, I would give it more if it had a
A-
better
well.
Terra.
A minus. A. A regular A. Regular A.
And what were you thinking, Stephen?
I said A minus, but I'd be happy with either, to be frank with you.
So we're balancing between A and A minus. So we'll do what we do for everyone else, and we'll round it down. Right.
Okay.
Corey. Right, Victini, Raging Bolt, Celestina, Namarus T, Tapu Bulu, Toxapex, Persian, Alola, Mapostef, Rapidash, Galar, and Stunfisk. Another
only
really
Pokemon on this
slow
team-
team.
Like, the only Pokemon on this team that I'm not going to care about if he brings probably Stunfisk or Persian. The rest of it, I feel like can do things.
They can all do things,
Yeah.
but they all do things slowly, apart from Victini.
That's true.
Victini's V-Create is nothing to be sneered at, though.
Certainly not. Victini, I don't know. I'm not feeling this team too much. I mean, I don't know what it is. Is it?
There's a lot of
feels like there's not a
weaknesses.
lot
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
very
what's-
scared of ground types. It's relying on an Amorous team and Tapu
That's
Bulu.
what I thought too. Selly, obviously.
Oh, and of course, Selly. Yeah.
Also, Stunfisk is their hazard setter, basically, other than Toxapex, Toxic Spikes, right?
Yeah. Also, Terra typings are even worse than the last team. There are none, apart from Tapu Bulu and these guys.
Bulu.
Yeah, you don't really.
Yeah.
You're not really gonna tear a Bulu.
You wouldn't want to, no. Well, Boston
Bro,
makes a pretty good Terra, but
It's
I mean, for
a
low-
fine
for
Terra,
that
but
low pick.
we're seeing some really crazy Terras, and Mabostif is not going toe to toe with them.
No, I think his
No.
best at tearing would definitely be the
It's,
Stunfisk.
it's like saying,
But that's
oh,
only going to be for some.
who would you rather Terra, Iron Hands or Mabostif? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That's not a good question.
Gonna have
Yeah,
to
I
be.
don't know. It's another one of those teams that doesn't feel. It really feels like it lacks a level of cohesion.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he had a
It's
fast.
a lot of either special attackers and the physicals are not strong enough to be able to compete.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he could really do with a fast special attacker. I think. You're kind of relying on that Raging Bolt priority move. I always forget what it's called, which is kind of like
Thunderclap.
Yeah. I'm also not a fan of an Amorous T at all, but that's very personal, so I'm not going to judge him on that.
I mean, in my opinion, I think this is like a C plus.
Yeah.
I can buy
I'm
that.
gonna go B minus. Yeah.
Right, we'll go to C plus in. We have myself, so I'll do my usual thing of shutting the fuck up and not saying anything, and we'll let you slate my team.
Complete trash. You should give Volcanion to that other guy.
Leave my Volcanion alone.
Am I seeing two sneezes on my screen?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, it's gonna do Sneasels. So
I mean, between Mega Aggron and Sylveon, you have the core.
I have been very much of the opinion that Vikavolt is one of the best like Terrabonds out there, just period. I have used it to much success in the past. I like how much of this team can Terra, like a lot, and they're not bad guys. Like we got fucking Zora Kasui in there. We got that Articuno. We got that Sylveon. I would say Mega Aggron, but you can't Terra Megas. Yeah. I like Urshifu. I prefer Rapid Strike to Single Strike personally, but that's just preference. Yeah, I like it. Kartana's fast. And hits.
It's hard.
Yeah, I don't see anything that's like fucking stupid slow or anything. I mean, apart from the ones that
No, I
should
think
be
that
slow.
I think that you should just bring Zora Kursui into every single match and just set it in the back and just lead with whatever mind you want to lead and just make them think that you led off with Zora Kursui and just start like setting up or just start just taking down mons. Because I mean, it's hard to really bring a good enough team to be able to deal with both Sylveon and Mega Aggron, being that they're so bulky and
Dude,
they
it's so
help
good.
cover each other's weaknesses. And not to mention, Vikavolt gets levitates. So, I mean, they try to go for Earthquake on Mega Aggron, you switch over to Vikavolt, maybe set up a web or Volt switch out or whatever. And
Yeah, and I
feel
think
like
that
there's
Zoroark gives you really good interplay options with Vikavolt, you know, if you want to run a lead, a lead fake out.
Going to be a lot of sticky webs.
I'm not a big fan of teams that don't have both Rapid Spin and Defog. I think you can tunnel vision into prepping against like their Defog user by bringing a competitive user or a Defiant user, and I just don't. I'm not a big fan of that. That's the only reason though why I wouldn't give it an A. I think there's so much on Sylveon's back to Wish Pass here and to keep Mega Aggron healthy or Volcanion healthy. Because the thing with Volcanion, it's like I love it offensively, but defensively, it's not getting its HP back unless it's from recover. And Sylveon doesn't take Earthquakes the best, and so the interplay between Sylveon and Volcanion isn't the best. So you do need Vikavolt in that slot to kind of help produce more longevity for both Sylveon and Volcanion. So you have to. This team, to me, it seems like you have to play it super offensively. You can't play like a balance style or definitely not stall. That's my only criticism of it, I guess. The removal.
yeah, but I would definitely give it an A in my opinion.
I am comfortable with this.
I agree.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I would say A minus. What's the speed tier? Kartana? What's the highest? Or is it Zoroark? Oh, it's Zoroark at 110. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
109 or something.
Yeah.
You'll find that both my Sneasels are 115 actually.
It's hard to respect it. I'm of the camp of not respecting him. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Hey man, back when we had to use actual trash Pokemon, Sneasel was good.
True story. Do you remember that time Kasem beat a Weavile with his Sneasel? I'll never forget that.
Yeah, it was good shit. It was good shit. Back when PTG draft was, different and cool.
Oh, wow.
Right, let's move on to Alex. Okay. Dragapult, Regieleki, Mega Blastoise, Landorus, Quillfish, Min, Shao, Volbeat, Farigiraf, Empoleon, and Crocalor. I don't like how you got Dragapult, Regieleki as well. Gross.
I mean, Crocalor's an S tier mon, so probably an S tier team.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of Intimidate users between Lando and Hisui. It definitely allows you to set up more of a presence to be able to switch into mons you might not be able to usually switch into. Like with Volbeat Prankster, you're going to be able to maybe get off an Intimidate with Lando, you turn out into Volbeat, set up either like a Reflector or Light Screen, maybe go for a Tailgo if you're feeling a little bit spicy, and then going for Bug Buzzes or whatever. I mean, with Dragapult, though, I mean, you have the high attack stat, you have the Infiltrator Dragon Darts, and you can set up. So you have a lot of physical presence with Dragapult alone. And then between Regieleki and Mega Blastoise, you cover both each other's weaknesses, and with some, and you can tear the Regieleki. So I mean, you can go Terra Ice.
Terra Regieleki fixes Regieleki's biggest issue. Of course, taking like huge special.
Now it only has to contend with its second biggest issue, which is that it doesn't hit particularly insanely hard.
No, no, it doesn't. And you're relying on Terra Blast, which is a totally mediocre move, right? But we've all been in that situation where we've used Regieleki, and you have what? Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Rapid Spin, and Explosion. Right, great. It's a good time hitting that ground one, you know.
Exactly. Like, it used to be checked by any ground mon, so.
Mega Blastoise is Mega Blastoise, right? I have a wee story, which is that when I had Mega Blastoise in the draft that I won, PTG draft season 4, shout out, I think it might even be season 5, I shell smashed him twice the whole season, but the threat of him shell smashing was enough to fuck with people.
Yep.
He's a really scary mon, and people get obsessed with shell smash, but he can do so much outside of shell smash. And then having Lando,
especially with the ability to flip turn now. Yeah.
Yes, flip turn, the various pulse moves, all sorts
Rapid
of stuff.
spin's always nice.
Yeah.
Right.
And backing that up with Lando T, Regieleki, and Dragapult, I just don't like your second half as much as I like your first half. Sorry, not sorry.
I can agree with that, except for Empoleon. Empoleon's obviously
Empoleon's
in
cool.
many ways.
But my issue with Empoleon, right? Okay, I'm going to go in on one here. You're struggling with Empoleon because Empoleon's main stab is water, right? You're relying on your water stab of Mega Blastoise already. You're not hitting super hard with your bloody flash cannon. I suppose you could Terra it, but then we have the exact same issue that you're then not being able to Terra Regieleki. And 140 is really expensive for Empoleon. That makes Empoleon more expensive than Regieleki. Which to me is crazy.
Which is probably only because of his ability that he's probably ranked so high.
Yeah.
But
my advice personally would be to switch out that for a different steel type. Just, I don't know what steel types are available left, but there's a few options here which I think would work better. For example, I think B Sharp with Eviolite would work better here than both Quillfish and Empoleon.
and you get Defiant out of that, so you get like the the punishment for defog like you would from Empoleon too.
Yeah. Other than that, I love this team. Wish it had better recovery, but with a team this offensive, you're not really needing it. I don't see games lasting more than 5 minutes with this team.
When you have Dragapult, it's like, hey, any game is within reach of me stealing away.
The only thing is, right,
jaws with the feet.
You're kind of wanting the Dragapult to be physical most games, with both Regieleki and Mega Blastoise kicking about.
Yeah.
I guess you just have to assess the matchup, really, because,
Yeah. You don't want the opponent to see your team and just say, oh, I'm just going to bring an Assault Vest here. I only have to deal with Elandris, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Mienshao can't be swept under the rug, but...
Yeah.
Mienshao's cool, but that's about it.
I like Mienshao.
It's quite good.
Yeah, it's surprisingly good. Gets Regenerator for some reason.
Yep.
I really like this team. I think this team's top half is one of my favourites, apart from Quillfish. I'm happy to go A-.
I was thinking A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can A.
That's satisfactory.
Devin, that's not a ranking.
A is satisfactory.
I'm happy to go A, to be honest. We'll move on.
I'm more excited about this
curve
next
are we
thing.
grading on where an A is satisfactory?
Listen, don't take anything Devin says as Devin's.
Hey, I have been pretty accurate so far.
You have, but
hitting
you
people
did
before.
also just call A satisfactory.
I mean, yeah, because it is. Are you saying you wouldn't be satisfied with an A?
So you're saying you went to the best
Can't argue with
experience of
that
your
one.
life? You just decided, that was satisfactory.
I mean, yeah, sometimes.
Right. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Brian, Brian. We have Scrafty, Tentacruel, Oricoko, Hitmontop, Donphan, Bramblegast, Weavile, Cinderace, Garchomp, Greninja. This team has gone the opposite of every other team, which has started low and gone big at the end.
Yep. And they also decided to draft every rapid spinner known to man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very important.
That's another one too, I think, before they made a change. I forget, but yeah.
He could do with some bulk. Tentacruel and Donphan are adequately bulky. Scrafty can take a hit. Other than that, I guess Garchomp if you Rocky Helmet it.
Yeah, there's nothing here that's like, hey, a traditional bulky pivot type of check, you know?
Yeah. Also, for 180
Tentacruel
mons, these are just kind of okay 180 mons. Controversial opinion. First thing I would do straight away, and I love Garchomp. I'm going to start with that. Switch Garchomp for Zygarde 50%. You need
I think they're the same level of like low. They're so low in their given respective tier that it's like it's hard for me to make the case. You know, you're right. Like Garchomp at 160 would probably make more sense. You know.
Yeah. Zygarde 50% is available. You get Glare.
Gren is overpriced too.
I also think, I'm not a big fan. Oricoko, obviously being the obvious Terramon here, you get Quiver Dance, you get to turn into any type that you want, and you get that stab, whatever its move is called again, the dance move.
Revelation Dance.
Yeah. But people went too crazy about that early on, like it's still Oricoko, right?
Well, it's Oricorio.
Oricorio.
Yes.
That's alright.
That it is.
Oreo the bird, we'll call him that.
I lost an eye to an Oricorio. You will pay that Pokemon respects.
I love Cinderace. Cinderace is fantastic.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck.
We got Cinderace and Greninja.
Another one of those at 180 though. It's pretty borderline for that price. Still.
These are. I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, once again, controversial opinion, I think all three of these 180 mons are 180 mons bordering on 160. When you're comparing to mons like Dracovish and Chien-Pao.
Deoxys normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think this team can do work. This is a team that, like, you don't 100% know what he's going to bring and could be a pain, but I'm not the biggest fan of this team. I'm just going to say that outright. I am more scared of this guy's Iron Moth than most of this team.
Who's that guy with Iron Moth?
Oh, it's you. Shut up. I take that back. Your Iron Moth is...
Oh, yeah. He's a...
I can't believe I just gave you a compliment. That's terrible.
I didn't even know Avdo was here. See, now I'm like Dev.
Yeah.
Wait, Avdo's here?
Yeah.
Avdo, you joined the chat? Avdo hasn't said a word. He has a very distinctive accent.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
Right, anyway, until Avdo says something, we'll just continue. What are we rating this team?
Oh shit, yeah, Avdo's muted. That's why. Gonna say... B.
Feeling like a B minus almost.
Cool. Alex, Brian, are you two still here, by the way?
Alex isn't.
Alex
Yeah,
is
I'm here. I
dead.
have myself muted.
Cool.
Oh.
Brian,
Oh,
what are you
so...
doing? Wait, was that Avdo? Did Avdo just drop in?
That was Avdo here.
That was me.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it can.
Huh?
Hello.
B.
Hello.
That's what we're going with, is a B.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
Right, Steven, F. Right, moving on. Okay.
We're almost done.
I don't like that I like your team so much.
It's a pretty cool team. I
Get
like
some
Mega
special
I have real
Altaria.
gripes
Snoop.
about it.
Oh, I've got a gripe. You took Swampert from me. Fuck you.
I know, and I was thinking hard about dropping it, but I was like, I can't do that. Dev will literally crucify me if I drop Swampert. after
Yeah,
that.
I will come to your house and fucking pin you on a cross.
To be fair, Devon,
believe
I
it.
think your whatever he's called, the frog thing, it suits better on your team with that water immunity anyway.
Yeah, I just really wanted reliable stealth rocks, you know?
He gets stealth rocks too. It's a flip turn you're missing.
Yeah, but there's a Swampert. That's all I got.
Yeah, Deoxys, King Gambit, Iron Moth, Thunderous, Swampert, Megatalia. You could do a fast physical mon, I suppose. Other than that, I don't really have gripes with your team. Mega Otario's getting Dragon Dances off easy.
Do you know that Deoxys has 150 base speed and 150 base attack?
Yeah, you use him for special attack though. You don't.
Thunderous is pretty physically powerful too, actually.
Who runs bloody
not
Zen Headbutt Deoxys?
It's
You say that now,
same
Steve.
accuracy as Psycho Boost, right?
And you say this, and now Steven's going to start showing up with Zen Headbutt Deoxys.
I have no reservations about doing it. Give him a Twisted Spoon, slap on Psycho Boost, and Zen Headbutt.
Oh no!
Hell
I feel
yeah.
like this, Steven, you're getting an F tier for grossness. Yeah, this team's gross in a good kind of way. I like this team. I don't like Thunderous Eye. He's very fast. I just don't like him. I tried using him.
I think he'll be good Terra, though. That was kind of my intent with it. So
I think he will be a good Terra.
And between Thundy and King Gambit, that's 2 Defiant users. So I'm kind of hoping that'll activate at some point this season. I don't know.
I'm sure it will. Although not as many Intimidators this season as often. I like this team. I actually can't even find faults, and I'm trying to look for them. Recovery is mediocre, I guess. It's fine. Deoxys can't take a hit. King Gambit can.
The only people with
I have
reliable recovery is Alt and Avalug.
Yeah.
And Pincurchin, I guess. But it's pretty frail.
You're not recovering of Avalug. No one is trying to fight down your Avalug with a physical mon, and if they are, they've already lost the game.
Well, that's the thing. Is, yeah, they might be stuck into the situation. That's, but yeah.
I'm gonna put it this way: if they're stuck in that situation, they've probably lost.
Remember, Avalug is better than Halucha. I've seen this.
I do have 2 Unburdened users. I don't know. I'm excited to try it out.
Sceptile and Driftman are really fun in Unburden. Like, obviously, I'm aware of them. Both of them are okay. It's no Haluchas, right? Realistically, you're binging these guys most of the time, right? These guys are good, but they're what I like to call situationally good, right? Because to get either of these working, you're going to have to bring him, which means you're having to sacrifice 2 of these guys, which isn't an easy thing to do.
No, maybe Swampert some weeks or something, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe even Deoxys sometimes, but...
Yeah.
Yep.
I like this one. I'm honestly happy to give it an A.
I will also give it an A.
I would have given myself a B, so I'm happy to take an A.
I can't criticize it enough to give it a B. I need to find a big flaw in your team to give it a B. I give S's very rarely.
I've gotten an S before.
I don't have much special bulk. That's another downside, but...
Yeah, but you got Mega Altaria, which can really take a special hit, right? And even King Gambit can.
Mm-hmm.
They're not special. They're not Sylveons, right? Which is why you're not getting an S.
Well, I had Florges before with 154 base SPDF, so maybe I'm just kind of missing out on that.
To be honest, as much as I like Florges, you weren't going to bring Florges and Mega Altaria to the same game, because you're opening yourself up to other weaknesses then.
Right.
You're opening yourself up to Toxicroak then.
I'm terrified.
You should be.
Toxicroak is just terrifying.
Right. Okay, Brian, did you have any opinions to add to that? Brian,
I think people have just been steadily falling off. It's like just us 3 at this point.
Yeah. Steven, you're more than welcome to join any of our future recordings. You're very consistent.
Yes, I'll have. Oh, this is the last team, isn't it?
Is it? Have we already gone through all of them? Crazy. Okay.
Perfect, I kind of have to get off soon, but...
All right, Jared. Last but not least, Sneasler, Reelaboom, Ting Lu, Lucario, Gardevoir, Noivern, Electrode, Mag, Mortar.
Spectria and Lapras. I kind of like this team. It doesn't have anything that standoutish to me, but I kind of just like the
Great
cohesion.
Terras.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Paranormal Lucario. Paranormal Boomburst Noivern.
I don't see any Pokemon that I would generally regard as bad.
Electrode's arguably the best 20-point mon.
Electrode, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Electrode, I've been burned by Electrode in the past, so...
The thing about
you know what Electrode does, right?
He has a niche, and he does his niche very well, right?
Yeah.
You're not bringing him most weeks, but the weeks you're bringing him with a purpose, and he's going to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna set up screens, he's gonna volt switch around,
Yeah.
you know, maybe throw off a memento or whatever. Yeah.
I like these three being able to Terra. Because all three of them, unlike some previous teams where the Terramons feel a bit like, I guess it can Terra if it needs to, all three of these Mons have situations where they can Terra, and not only can they Terra, they can then pop off afterwards.
Yep. I agree wholeheartedly. For 100 pointers, those are three really great Terra options. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Spectria as well. The combination of Spectria to Sneasel, two extreme glass cannons of either side is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think it's really good for him.
Yeah. I like this
Two
team.
big guns.
I really like this team. I'm thinking
I really like this team, actually.
I can't
Same.
think of major faults.
A+.
What are we looking at for hazards here? We got Tinglu, obviously, just does everything hazard-wise. And Sneasler has toxic spikes, right?
You're not using
We're not using toxic spikes on Sneasler.
Your default is Noivern.
And his only remover is Noivern?
Yeah, that's actually so huge. I'm gonna knock him a whole tier for that. Because that's really bad. Because these are not heavily big HP mons.
I agree. I mean, I think Noivern is a good defogger, don't get me wrong, but having that be your only possibility is limiting.
Really limiting.
You're gonna rely on boots.
Always, yeah.
It's knocked it from a really strong A for me to a B+.
I still think it's an A, personally.
Do you?
Still think it's A as well.
We'll go A then.
Just not like an A+, but yeah.
Yeah. Well then, thank you guys for watching. Do we have any final thoughts to wrap this up? Do we have a favorite team?
Yeah, my team.
Good.
Missed some of the first ones, but
yeah, you know it's my team. Everybody loves my team.
I do like your team a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I think my favorite team might be Vinny's, to be honest. It's crazy.
My draft tactic this year was think of a Pokemon I like and then pick the opposite.
Oh, interesting. Mine was try to go offensive, which is like a hard thing for me to do.
You did a good job of it.
Yeah.
I'll let go of my floor disc. It took every inch of my power.
Your team is probably one of the teams that I would feel most comfortable piloting if I was given it. I really like
I can see that. You're more typically, offensive.
It's good shit. Well, from here,
well, good job.
Thank you all for having me. I'm going to go and buy a gun.
You go enjoy, buy a gun.
I will. Bye.
Bye-bye. Catch you guys
Freedom.
later.
That's real freedom. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.